Hey, I got a little story here about this lady who went to the hairdresser, beautician, I guess you might say. And this beautician was kind of always on the hoity-toity kind of side, always criticizing people and that. But this lady, she liked the way she'd cut her hair sometimes. And as she was sitting there in that chair, she says, "Well, we're going on vacation next week." And the beautician says, "Really? Oh, where are you going?" And she says, "We're going to go to Italy." She says, "Italy this time of year? Oh, Lord," she says, it's just not the time to go to Italy. It's hot. It's miserable. It's just not a good time." She says, "Well, we've already made plans." And she says, "Well, how are you going to get there?" She says, "We're flying on American Airlines." She says, "Oh, Lord, American Airlines?" She says, "They are just horrible. They'll lose your luggage. You'll be late. I wouldn't fly on them. Well, we've already bought our tickets." She says, "What do you plan on doing while you're over there?" She says, "Well, we're going to go and see the Pope." "The Pope?" She says, "You'll just be a little head out there in the crowd. You'll be looking up at the Vatican there, and you'll just see a little spot of a man." She says, "That ain't going to be any good." She says, "Well, that's what we're planning on doing." Well, a couple months go by, and the lady comes back to the beautician, and she says, "Well, how was your vacation to the Rhone?" And the lady, she says, "It was wonderful." She says, "Our airplane, it was on time." She says, "The food on the airplane, they even gave us meals." She said, "It was nice." She says, "Well, what was the weather like?" She said, "It was wonderful. The weather was it was beautiful." And she said, "Did you get to see the Vatican and that?" She says, "Actually, we had an audience with the Pope." The beautician says, "An audience with the Pope? What do you mean?" She says, "Well, we were standing out there in the crowd watching the Pope. He was up there doing his service, and this man come up and tapped me on the shoulder." And I said, "What's the matter?" And this man says, "The Pope would like to see you and your husband." She said, "The Pope would like to see me and my husband?" She says, "Yeah." And the man led us back up there, and we went back in this room, and a few minutes later, the Pope walked out. And he said, "Hi." And we said, "Well, hello, Mr. Pope. We don't even know what to call you, but hello." And he says, "Well, that's okay. Don't worry." He says, "I was up there, and I looked out upon the crowd, and I noticed just you and your husband standing out there, and I sent one of my men out there to get you because I just had to ask you a question." And the lady says, "What is it?" And she says, "The Pope said to me, 'Who the heck did your hair? It looks horrible.'"